week at this time in this place, we're gonna check in with you and we're gonna say, okay, Lauren, how did you do with your goal of cleaning out your closet? Which girls I didn't do. So that was my goal from last week that I didn't get to. So it doesn't mean you have to be perfect either, but you will be held accountable. Like, we will be asking you how it's going. So, you don't always want to be like, oh yeah, I didn't do that. Oh yeah, I didn't do that. So it kind of gets you to do the stuff you're not doing that you want.
It totally, when we wrote it down, one of my things was to do my test for the 2B Mindset certification, which I signed up for, I don't know, like 4 months ago. And I just kept putting it off because I have a fear of the fact that I know nothing about nutrition. And I was like, I'm going to fail this test. I'm going to fail this test. But when I said it to them that night, I did it. And I was like, wow, it took me saying it to them for me to do it. And now that it's off my list, because I was carrying around every single day that weight of whether or not I would pass it or fail it, and now I don't have it at all. I was like, wow, really? Like, it took 2 seconds for me the test itself was 50 questions, but doing that to them, and it's really been helping. Like, even with the personal stuff, like I put on the goal for the run, and I was going to say I didn't do a really long run, but I scheduled up with somebody to meet with me on Wednesday to do a 10-mile run. So I feel like that's like, I'm ready. Yeah, after work. I don't know. I'm like, I have to, though, because it's another mental, like, I'm petrified. Like, I'm like, I can't get past the 7-mile mark. And I know I can. I hope I can. I'm telling myself I can. But once I do the 10, then I'll feel like I can do the 13. That's not a big deal. But from 8 to 13 is like, ooh, that's too far.
So do you guys want to go now quickly and just go around? I'm gonna write down everybody's goals, and then next week on the call, I'm gonna check in with you guys and ask you how you're doing.
And Georgie says when it's your turns and my turn, we'll just go over the goals that we said from last week. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Because I was going to say, nobody asked me about my weekly goals.
Well, why don't you start then, Des? No,
but
start.
no, in terms of my goals, though, I did. And Christine, you're right, because it was the same with me. One of my goals, I didn't get all of mine, no, but one was to hit SC2. No, I did not do that. But the other 2 goals, one was to be on the National Wake Up Call live, and I did that. And shoot, I can't remember what my other goal was right now.
Did Georgie write it down?
I did, but unfortunately, guys, I can't go downstairs. I have a living room full of kids.
Yeah, my child is craving attention.
No, I'll think of it. But the third, what was it? I know it was.
Was it a personal goal?
Yeah, I think it was, but I'll think of it because I just remembered it 2 seconds ago. So
I got it. Hold on. SC2. Listen to live National Wake Up Call and make a list of people who are watching your Instagram stories.
And yes, and I started that as well. And I say started because it's always going to be an evolving list. But I at least started, I started a list. And I started putting one together. So now actually my goal for next week is pretty much to feed off of that. To start reaching out to more people.
Do you want to put a number to that?
Excuse me?
You want to put a number? You're just saying reach out to more people. Georgie's writing it down. Do you want to
put yeah, okay, yeah.
Wait, I didn't know I was writing down yet. Okay. So Desiree, go ahead.
SC2, because I didn't hit that goal this week.
Okay.
10 people per day reach out. And 10 minutes a day of reading.
Perfect. Good job. I like them.
Do you want to do a personal development in case you do a podcast? Or are you going to do just reading?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So a minimum of 10 minutes of personal development. That's a good point. Because I think I do realize I do a lot more personal development.
Yeah, I think. Stuff. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's a good one. So, because I will say my personal development has definitely fallen off, but things are going to be changing over the next couple of weeks with me because of my current state. So.
Okay. Good. Georgie, do you want to go since the 3 of us did this last week?
Sure. Okay. So my goals last week were to lose 2 pounds with the thing I was on. I haven't been weighing myself, and I got my period, and it was only 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on, girls. I'm getting old. But anyway, TMI. So, I don't know. I know I've lost 2.5 from when I started the 6 from, which is, I'm happy with. Now here's something that's surprising. The next goal was SC4. I actually did make it. I'm kind of shocked. I think it's going to get changed to 2 because I think 2 of those points, I mean, I took a picture of it to like show you guys as an accountability thing, but I wound up not sending it to you. It says 4 right now on my thing, but one of those people bought in July. So I have a feeling that's going to go away. So I'm not counting on that. So yes and no, I kind of made that goal, and cleaning out the closet did not even make that. Didn't even touch it. So
Hey, what do you mean that they bought in July? I didn't understand that when you said that.
6 months. She bought a challenge pack. She stopped the challenge pack. You know, she stopped getting the Shakeology. And then she bought the 3-day refresh as a challenge pack this past October, whatever. Yeah. November, beginning in November. So it's not long enough. Every 6 months you can get SC points if it's a new order. So even if they change the flavor, and I don't know if they change the flavor.
I don't think so.
But if
it can be if it's a transferred customer, because I talked to Beachbody about that. I had a transferred customer who was already getting Shakeology with the same flavor, and then she transferred to me, and she kept just consistently getting it. But he said if she stopped that flavor and got a new different flavor, or just even put in again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would come up to them in their system that it's new SC points.
And even if you end up at SC2, think about it's not the actual SC points that matter. It's the fact that you have someone who's continuing on their journey, like you got them rejuvenated in what they were doing. So
no, totally. I just have that goal. I want to make 12 months in a row. Like that's just a really big goal for me. So I totally agree with you. Like in the big scheme of it, that's what it matters. But you know, when you have that goal and you're like, I really want to make it. So, and then cleaning out the closet, like I said. So my goals this week, I'm going to say to be SE6. Like that's going to be my goal. I'm going to say, can I have more than 3, right? Because, all right, so 10 people a day for sure. Now, here's the goal that I have, so maybe Christine, you could help me with this because you could tell like how much time. So guys, so what happened was I had a little derailment of my goals this week, but it's all good. Like it wound up being a really good derailment. I finally have Gmail and Streak, and I'm starting to use it and I'm really excited. So, I watched Melanie Mitro. She has a 15-minute video on YouTube about how to use Google Streak. And she had me at the first 2 minutes because she's like, everything she described, I was doing. She's like, if you're using your Facebook Messenger to keep track, she's like, you're wasting your time. She's like, she gave another example of what I was doing. I forget what it was. But whatever it was, I was like, oh, I'm doing that too. So it's basically like a way for us to save time and using email instead of like Facebook Messenger and texting and all these other things. You're getting people's emails and you're putting them in buckets. It's kind of like Teamsy, but it's better because you control it kind of. But anyway, I love it. And I have 0, 0, 0 on all my buckets. I created my groups, like a follow-up group. And I have a group like people that I invited to my New Habits Hustle, people I'm going to invite to Transform 20. So I'm already going to start putting people in a list that I want to start inviting. Hey, the new year is coming. Because think about it. If they're going to start with the new year, they're going to have to buy in December. So like, you know what I mean? It all kind of works out. But so what do you think would be a good goal for me now, Christine? To have zeros across, because I kind of look at the screen like frozen, like I don't know what to do.
I would have your goal is to have your people imported.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. Important.
Because and I don't know if you can have 2 phones by you. It took me and I'm not a technological person, but even Des and I tried with the whole importing and stuff. When it comes like the easiest thing for me, and it took me about a half hour to do it instead of I guess like the quick import export thing. But I just had my iPad next to me, with Beachbody opened up in my back office, and I just typed in each person's name and email, and I just did name and email for now. You know, we don't need necessarily all those other things until we start with the basic. Get the name and email in, and then we can create, you know, different things. It automatically will count the days and stuff for you, but you don't.
I should start with all my Beachbody customers, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
like I have a pipeline that's customers, then I have a pipeline that's coaches, then I have a pipeline that's potentials. I just went very basic because if you start watching a lot of those videos, they get very detailed, and you don't need to be there.
Well, I want to have the pipelines be, see what what I like that she said was she changes them.
Mhm.
So like, as you have new groups coming up, you're going to change them and you can move them over. So I'm thinking, look, I'm trying to really, for my own accountability, stay on a program, be doing the program, do it all the way through, and then say to people, do this with me. Look, this is my plan. I'm going to be doing the 3-day refresh starting this day. I'm doing 21-day fix starting this day. I'm doing Transform 20 starting this day. Which one of those do you want to do with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then basically that's it, like inviting to the movies, the same exact thing. So I want to have pipelines that say, okay, I emailed these people. I invited them to Transform 20. I followed up with them. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting too
No,
crazy.
that's perfect. I'm not talking about the pipelines. I'm talking about down below in the cells.
Oh yeah, I can't even figure out yet how to add the, I tried. I don't know.
Don't worry about all of that. It took, we ended up like going back and forth for hours. There's no need. In those cells, just start with the 2 lines, their name and their address, because that's all you need for the mail merge. You don't need their address, their date of birth, their sex, and everything else.
And like the other thing I want to do though, I would like to have some, if I'm talking to them, have some sort of a notes section, like where I say like where I'm up to with them.
Yeah, and
there is that.
Yeah, there is. When you click on each person, I think it comes up a little section.
Oh, good. All right. I'm so excited. Guys, because I feel like, you know, I got to tell you honestly, I'm going to be totally honest with you because I was explaining this to Mike. I would watch other coaches, like top coaches and stuff, and I'd watch them in their power hours, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I don't even know what they're doing. Like, what are they doing? And now I'm doing this, and I'm like, this is what they're doing. I'm like, so excited.
Well, it's funny because like the other night I was at the boys karate, and it took me like a half hour to make the email because I use Flash Issue now so that like I can create a banner and create a button, and I just feel like it looks a little bit more professional. But then I just email it to the streak, you know, and I click my mail merge, and it goes out to, like I sent it to all 20.
I can't wait to have like nice looking emails that have like a video in it. Like I want to do all that stuff.
Right. And we can talk about the Flash Issue because you can't do, Google Streak doesn't do that. You have to have another app, but Flash Issue is so easy. If I can do it, then anybody.
What's it called? Flash Issue?
Flash Issue, yeah. And it just like I can show you guys on this afterwards. I could run through it really quickly because you literally, like it says, like there's a little button you click and it says, you know, text box, yes, add. Video button, yes, add. You know, like it's right there. Picture
that's
from that.
Great. Oh my God, that's awesome. All right. So anyway, so my thing would be import people, 10 people a day, SC6. And then the closet. And now I also have another goal, but I'm going to wait till the following week for that. But I have got to get, now with all this Google Streak, I'm like, I've got to get my office in a workable situation so that I can really feel like I'm sitting down to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Mike said he'd actually help me with that. So I'm not putting that on my goals. I'm going to leave that for his.
Awesome.
Yeah. And now we'll just go to Christine, I guess.
I forget what I know mine was to do the refresh, to do a live video, and YouTube. Yeah, I did do the refresh. I did do the 2B mindset test. I lost 6.5 pounds on the refresh. Brian lost.
Yay!
As well. And then I think I had I didn't do the video, but I did a video in the challenge tracker, but not on the YouTube. But I was gonna try and go on. And Carrie, I don't know if you've done this yet because I haven't gotten a chance to look, but my goal this week is to do a fun facts like in my live video of Insta stories, because we're like with Carrie and I are doing the Jumper Media and we're getting a bunch of new followers. I want to do like, you know, get to know me a little bit. Like I did it once before, like, you know, a post of 10 fun facts about me. I'm a twin, I'm this, blah, 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 blah. But I wanted to do that and a live video like in my Insta stories about that. And I want my other goals are going to
Oh
be.
wait, I'm sorry because I didn't know you were going into your new goals because you have here also message invite 10 people.
Yes, I did that, and I did the email blasts. I did like a 280 person email blast. I did a 20 person email blast. Messaged a bunch of people. Georgie used your things that you put in the message thread, so that was awesome. And
Runs also, which I think you said earlier, right?
Okay.
2 runs.
Yes, and I have to do my second run. I did one. I'm doing one tomorrow. And then, so my goals for this week are going to be, because I did the certification, I did a post about being certified, but I want to message my potentials that like are anti-exercise and stuff like that. And just, and I wrote up my message already, but I want to message my potentials and send out an email about my nutrition certification. And I've been trying to say nutrition certification. Like I'm trying to, like, Georgie, remember we were talking about that curiosity marketing, like trying not to say to be mindset or 80-day obsession, blah 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 blah. So I've been just saying I've worked on my nutrition, and I got this certification in nutrition. To do the live video is another goal in my Insta stories, like 10 fun facts about me. This is something that's pretty cool. Brian and I have been talking for a while. I've really felt like, obviously you guys know I've had like a shit year with school and what's going on with doing my job, and it's just been insanity. But I haven't focused so much on the negative. Occasionally a day or two I do, but I really try to. I might call Carrie and go, I hate my life. But I've been trying to envision and like really figure out like, what am I going to do if this all goes downhill? Like I have to kind of put some sort of thing in motion. And I've really been really focusing and really driven and really passionate about parenting and marriage and relationship for, like, I just see it in the schools, and Brian sees it in the schools too. And it's like, there's so many people that give up so quickly in things. And it starts like when they're giving up with their kids in kindergarten. And I'm like, oh my God, like this kid, like, it's the saddest thing ever. So, Brian and I, like, we don't think that we're great parents, and it's not that we have a great relationship, because we don't, but I feel like we can talk about some of those things and potentially start to help other people. And he said to me the other day that he's willing to do that now. So my goal is to try and just do little chats about, let's say, the struggle of marriage, or the, struggle of parenting, or talking about an issue that's going on, like little, like on my Instagram TV and YouTube and stuff like that, trying to do like little clips. So my goal is to start to come up with some questions for that. And then my long run, I'm going to try and do 10 miles. And if somebody sees me on the side of Bethpage State Parkway, just pick me up. I did get a flip belt though to hold my phone while I run, and oh my God, makes such a world of a difference. I don't know if that's what you had, Des, but you don't even feel like you're holding anything. So with that, I was so psyched.
Maybe that is it. I don't even know. I know I got mine in like Marshalls, but I didn't realize how awesome it was until I used it this year. When I was like I said, I totally forgot my phone was even there. I was looking all over the place for it.
Yeah, totally awesome.
Nice.
Who wants to go next?
Well, I don't have anything monumental as far as goals go. You ready? Seriously, I have to buy a piano because my kids need piano lessons. That's my main focus right now, is getting my kids in order, and it's been a crazy time. So that's one goal, is to buy a piano.
Well, you don't need a piano. You can get a keyboard.
I don't want a
My dad
keyboard.
has one.
I want a piano. We had a keyboard and the kids just kind of killed it. Like I talked to the music teachers at school and stuff, and they were like, pianos are really hard to get rid of. So when somebody wants to get rid of a piano, they just want to get rid of it. So you could totally find, I'm not looking like for a, several $1,000 baby grand or anything, but they said, I can find a decent piano for little to no money. Just search. So I have to actually look, because I've been saying it, but I haven't said, okay, I'm doing it this week. So now I'm doing it this week. I just forgot my other goal. Shoot. Oh, hold on one second. I'll come back to my goals in a second. Hold on.
Okay. Lauren, do you want to start? Put you on the spot.
Ooh, you just got called out.
Mine, I was writing them down as I was thinking about it. Mine are like super simple. 10 pages of PD a day because I'm still lagging in that area. I ordered the refresh, so I'm going to decide when I'm going to do that, and then think of a bunch of people to, along with like a general invite, like specific people that like really reach out to see if they want to do that, and then just to reach out to 3 new people.
Georgie, when are you doing the refresh? After Thanksgiving?
Hold on 1 second. Was Lauren, reach out to 3 people
Yes.
over the week or every day?
Over the week.
Over the week.
Totally giving myself a success option here.
I did last week.
Okay.
Hey, Lauren. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I remember back a few months ago when I was talking to Christine a lot about my personal development and lack thereof. And I tried sort of following her lead of guaranteeing myself 10 pages a day.
Right.
And for me personally, it was an unrealistic goal because I couldn't get there. So I changed it.
Okay.
I changed it to 10 minutes a day because honestly, some of these personal development books are good, but it takes me 10 minutes to get through one page. I'm kidding. It's not really that, but really, but I'm just saying, like, I just changed my goal a little bit to make it more realistic. I don't know if that helps, but
Yeah, I also.
You know what? That actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Georgie.
Well, I also do 10 minutes. I've been getting out of the habit. Actually, this would be a good goal for me, but I have too many already. I used to set the timer on my phone. So I would set the timer on my phone 10 minutes and start reading. And then the timer would go off and then I would stop. And it was just, it was an easy way to make the habit of doing it. You know?
Okay.
yeah, I agree. That's what I was doing too.
I also find like
That's
if you do it in the morning when you're reading your drinking your Energize or something. For you in the morning, you were more successful with it, if I remember right.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
I have the opposite problem. I love doing the reading. So I don't like to put limits on myself. So that's where my procrastination and stuff gets in the way because it's like, oh no, I like this. I'm going to keep reading instead of doing those other things I'm supposed to do right now. So it works against me. I should probably set a timer to make myself stop, but I'm very good at being like, no, just one more chapter. So I'll just tell you, but so my buying a piano or at least trying to buy a piano, looking for pianos. And then the other one is getting karate lessons. I'm signing my kids up for karate, my 2 boys, for the winter.
Oh, nice.
Starting just because they need something. And I would like to be SC2. And this is a small goal because I have one person that I've been talking, well, sorry guys, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Lauren, you were saying something though before. I forgot.
I don't remember, but I am going to change my 10 minutes to 10 pages to 10 minutes because I think that I think it was easier. And Chris, you're right. Like I do get more, I'm more focused about it in the morning, but I think I don't know, I guess from getting up from 80 day, we were getting up so much earlier. So I felt like I had a little more time in the morning. Now I'm getting up a little later. The workouts are shorter and it's a little more rushed in the morning. So I haven't been able to, I also don't want to get up earlier right now. So, but yeah, so we'll switch that to 10 minutes instead of 10 pages.
So sorry guys. I really I can't. So the SC2 part, I have I'm hoping, and I don't know if this person will commit, but there's a person that's been on my horizon for a super long time that I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, finally responded to my story, maybe accidentally, but then eventually came back a couple days later saying maybe she does want to hear more about it. And it's someone I I work with who's extremely overweight. And so like it just opened up the door to conversation, and we wanted to set a time to talk, but it's crazy at school. So I never get to talk to her at school. And then home is crazy. And, you know, time has gone by, like a month has gone by, but every time we see each other, we got to talk, you know? So it's like, we're going to, then she responded when I posted about the flash sale. So I had put her in the group, you know, and right now she just wants to do nutrition. So I was trying to share the information about 2B Mindset, but we've never actually had a conversation. It's just all going back and forth. So my hope, my goal is to talk to her this week. And by talking to her, if she's willing, she would be the SC2. So I'm not, this isn't like, when I say SC2, I'm not really thinking of a random person or someone else I'm reaching out to. Like my goal is really to put time into speaking to this particular person, and hopefully getting her to make a change in her health. So it's kind of specific and small, because I'm thinking small right now, because again, I would like to be successful this week.
And guys, it's okay to start where we have to start. You know, it's we're all in different spots, and some of us are doing this full time, some of us are doing this part time. I think every step moving forward is a step moving forward, and you know, be proud of those steps moving forward. We have crazy stuff going on right now, and the fact that we're all sitting here and still writing down goals is something to be really proud of. Kristen, you want to go? I love that.
Forget to unmute myself. My daughter wants to know why we're all talking about our periods.
I'm so sorry.
She goes, "What's wrong with you guys?" I'm dying. Anyway, it's okay. Girls talk about their periods. We're getting into that now here. So anyway, I do still really like being a discount coach. Like I feel like I'm not quite ready to jump all in, but I do think that I have a lot of people asking questions. So I think that a reasonable goal for me is to jump on them. But in order for me to do that, I find like people are asking me a lot of questions about programs and I don't have the answers to them. So I think that another reasonable goal is for me to read up on the programs and what's offered in each package. And if I don't know, reach out to you guys, because you know, there's some things that like I'm still not sure about in terms of what's included for the year, what's included in the program, you know, with the Shakeology, without the Shakeology. So I do have some time this weekend. So one of the things I want to do is read about the programs that I know that those people are interested in. And if I have any questions, I'm going to reach out to you guys so that I can answer them. Because I do have like 3 people that are really interested, but have been hemming and hawing for a while. And I'm not good at following up because I'm just still not 100% comfortable with going, you know, all in, but I can do that. Also, I've had so much on my plate with my own kids, like the rest of you. I've been advocating for my daughter at school to get help, and that's been exhausting and kind of a fight. So I really have to follow up with the school this week on some things, which I'm going to do. And I also feel like I have my hands in so many things. Like I always have my phone on, and I'm kind of feeling guilty about that, because that afternoon rush of like 3 o'clock home, homework, dinner, soccer, whatever we have going on. And then I feel like I'm getting bombarded on my phone by people who need my help with things, whether it's at school or I'm in charge of all the ticket sales for Carly's Play. And like, I'm constantly getting text messages, but I think that I need to turn my phone off because I'm always on it and I can't pay attention to my kids. And then I feel guilty for not paying attention to my kids. And then I end up not eating because I don't have time, because I'm always like solving someone else's problem. Always. So I want to turn my phone off from like 6 to 8. I just turn it off because I can't stay away from it because I feel guilty for not responding to people. But there's really nothing going on in my life that other people can't wait 2 hours to hear from me. So I think that this week I'm going to start turning my phone off from like 6 to 8 so I can eat dinner and be with the kids and get them through all their things. And then I can be back on it and solve other people's problems after that. I guess.
I think, at nighttime, like setting it at like a 10 o'clock or something, turn the notifications off or whatever so that you don't hear it for the rest of the day too. And I think that that's awesome that you're, talking about reaching out to those, those friends again. Something that somebody, I don't know if it was Lori that said it to me at one point when she was like, Chris, but they're asking you about it. And if you don't answer it, they're going to go to somebody else.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, I don't want my friends to be with other people. I want them to be with me, and that was like, it helped me a little bit, thinking that way. And I think that, like is an awesome goal for you to have. And I think I was going to ask you about your personal development.
There's not been much at all. I truthfully, I consider my exercise time my personal development because it's quiet. It's at the end of the school day. I can kind of refocus, and I like exercising at the end of the school day because I kind of can get some stress out before I have to deal with the kid stuff after school. But I've not been reading at all.
The only reason why I ask is because I know for myself, every time I start to feel that overwhelming of like all the stuff is coming at me from school, home, friends, and all of that stuff, I realize that I'm not putting that extra, like the 10 minutes of the me time for it. Really does enable my mind to refocus back to, the positive and just a different focus where it makes those other stressful times a little bit less stressful. I don't know if that makes sense.
What if you listen to like a podcast, if you're not finding the time to read, if you listen to a podcast or something on your way home instead of the radio or something like that?
Yeah, I could totally do that.
Okay.
I end up listening to a lot of all of your live videos on the way home, believe it or not. I have it in the seat. Really, I have it in the seat next to me and I listen to it and then I go exercise and I do that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I can read. I don't know why I don't. Like, cause at night, every night before I go to bed, I find I'm reading on my phone and I need to turn it off.
Put it down.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and this made me think of Des too, because I know Des, you've always had trouble actually sitting and reading the books, and I know even Girl Wash Your Face, you had a hard time reading that. But if you listen to the Rachel Hollis podcast, she reads the book to you, like she does. She talks about things, but she usually reads you a chapter from her book, and it's her voice, and it's like the way she talks with everything. So that's a really cool option.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because my husband has kind of a long commute to the hospital and he listens to books on tape, and I've been making fun of him for months because I'm like, is this the point we're at? It's like sports talk radio, NPR, or we are old now. What is happening? Or books on tape. But I was actually thinking that. I was like, I should get a book on tape and listen to it on my commute and then use that as my personal development time.
I love NPR. Wait, don't tell me. It's great.
I just feel like all the things my parents did, I'm like, ugh.
So, Kristen, can we make that a goal for you for this week, is to try to listen to the personal development in the car, whatever it's going to be?
Yeah, I can do that. That I can do.
And I want to thank you for, and we do have to set up, I know we talked about, and I know that Carrie Danielle, you still have to do yours, that we talked about doing the new coach basics and kind of starting to go through that. I'm going to start a little message thread about that. But when you have questions, if you post it, there are other people that are discount coaches and stuff that have those questions too. So I appreciate you asking the questions so that other people, like I automatically think if you have that question, Deirdre's going to have that question, and it could help her because she might be a little bit more hesitant to ask the question, or, it might take some of the complexity out of some other people's thoughts about what coaching is. When you see like doing share a card is really hard for some people when they don't do it at all, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's 2 seconds because you actually did it, and then sharing about that, being like, oh my God, I thought it was really difficult, but it's not. It makes it that much more simpler, will help some of the other coaches in our group.
Sure. I can do that.
Carrie Danielle, do you want to go? Do you have your goals?
My number one goal is kicking whatever the sickness is that I've had for the past week that's like killing me. I was doing really, really good with the 21-day fix. I'm waking up early every day, which I'm completely against. I was back in that routine and loving it. And then somehow I got this, that for like 3 days now I've been on my ass. I was still doing my workouts except for yesterday. My plan is this weekend to catch up and do my workouts so that way I'm back on track. I did the 3-day refresh before I started the 21-day fix, and I made a post about it, and there was a couple people who said they would possibly be interested in doing it next round. and I never followed up with them. So my goal for the week is to follow up with those people who said they would possibly be interested to start when Georgiana starts it on the 26th, the 3 days before Thanksgiving.
I might change that date, but I'll talk to you about that in a second. Why? But
and then also there was a girl who reached out when I made the post about the flash sale stuff. I added her to the group, and then after the fact, she said she was like, I don't really know what this stuff is, and I, from being sick, didn't follow up with her on stuff, but she said that she wants to do like workouts and all that, so I have to follow up with her this week. I'm the worst at following up. You guys see it all the time. I post Instagram stories with a poll, and then I never follow up with the people who say they could possibly be interested, so that's really what I need to focus on.
Carrie, Danielle,
And I'm also, yes,
I'm sorry, can you afterwards
talk like a human, sorry.
no, see how to check who did? I did a poll, but I don't know how to see who hit the button.
Oh yeah, that's totally, when you look, when
Well,
you
no, do
view
your goals first. Do your goals. Finish your goals.
Okay. I also unfortunately have to travel Tuesday through Friday for work. So my goal is when I get to Miami to actually go to the supermarket and buy stuff to make breakfast in my hotel room every day. I know as silly as just eating properly when I travel, but that's the biggest thing for me. Lunches, I want to go every day to like the supermarket salad bar and actually eat good lunch rather than eating whatever crap they have in the office. And then I need to do an Instagram post. The last post I have on there is from September 11th. So it's about time that I post something on Instagram. I use stories.
I was going to tell you to make that one of your goals because your stories are awesome. And I don't post a lot to my page either, but I try to do at least a new post or two a week. But
It's noticeable though when it's September 11th, like, oh, that was the last time you posted. I guess I should do that. So yes, that is my goal. I think I'm going to do, like Christine was just saying, like 10 facts about me or something. I took some pictures the other day of like me just in my workout clothes before I worked out. So just like a basic picture of me in like workout clothes, but do like 10 facts, not workout related, of other stuff. And last one, because I have a bazillion and I won't accomplish all of them. Gratitude journal. I've been sucking on my gratitude journal too. I want to start doing that again this week. So that's a lot.
Hey, can I just make a quick comment, Carrie Danielle? Can you do me a favor going forward? Stop starting every goal with a negative.
Why? What did I say?
Oh, I'm gonna do blah 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 because I've been sucking at that. You're not sucking at that. You just need a little help.
I'm not doing these things. That's why I'm acknowledging that I'm not doing it.
Right, acknowledgement is one thing. Don't keep yourself down. We're here to help each other and support each other. Don't be so mean to yourself. You clearly have a lot going on. Don't worry. Just be positive.
You're right, Des.
I want to say something that this is from a really long time ago in our conversation today. Christine, earlier when you were talking about your goals and you were saying how you wanted to talk about marriage and this and that, and you said something like, not that Brian and I have a great relationship because we don't or whatever, like I wanted to point that out. Like, I think that this is what we do with so many hard things in our life where we say, well, not that I'm good at it or not that it's great, but relationships, marriages are work. That's what they are. So the idea that you don't have a great one, there is no perfect relationship.
I meant like, I didn't want people to think like I'm talking down to other people's relationships.
Right.
Like,
but I know like you always are working on it. And that is a sign of a great relationship because that's what it is. But I think that is even like with our health journeys, like nothing's perfect. Like we're not all 100% all of the time. Like it takes work. And if we don't put the work in, well, that's when we, aren't where we want to be, and it's like, I think, and it goes back like what you were saying, like people are so quick to quit or give in. Like we live in a world of instant gratification. And if things aren't perfect or we're not the best at it, it's like, we're just not going to do it, but like, well, then you're just not going to have any of those things that you want because you're constantly giving up in every part of your life. But like, I just want to say, like, you do have a good relationship because you have a relationship, a working relationship.
Yes, no, I do think that we all have the ability to take the I don't want to say the simplicity, but the simplicity of the 21-day fix and the habit and the the mindset and to show the consistency and the progress. And I really do love Autumn because I do think that she shares that all the time. I think that you can take that into so many other things. And I know a lot of us work in the schools and we see the impact. And like, for me, like watching these elementary kids eat, I'm like, oh my God, some of them weigh as much as I do. And they're in 3rd and 4th grade.
I was talking about this with my kids last night because I pack their lunches every day. I'm like, why does school lunch have to be so disgusting? It's terrible.
It's actually really funny too. And my kids' school, that was one of the things that was always like one of the better things for our school district. And this year, my kids have been complaining about the school food. And I was talking to somebody at the school yesterday, and they said that they're like, yeah, they changed the caterer. And I'm like, what did they change to, a crappy caterer? And he's like, yeah, to save money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yet nutrition is so important in our children in the schools. But yet let's give them chicken patties that are probably not even made out of chicken.
And we wonder why they can't sit still and they're going bonkers. They just chugged a Gatorade and are sitting in class all day. It's ridiculous.
Right.
That's the other thing too. Like I remember when I was in elementary school, like, or younger, whatever, with the exception of high school. But if we wanted something, you went up once. You didn't get to keep going back up, go back up, and get more food. I don't know. It seems weird. Like Austin used to be able to go up and get 3 lunches in one day, in one sitting.
Mm-hmm. I just think that there's also, a lot of too, like, we are people that are looking for alternative solutions. And like, Kristen, you're going up and you're still fighting, for your kid. And Des, you've been posting about, you're fighting and you're showing up for your kids. And, Carrie, you guys, we're all doing the same stuff. And we're not the majority of parents. We're not. And it's sad. And I think that like we're examples of it. And I just feel like if I'm not going to be a school social worker, maybe I'll have to find something else. And this might be the avenue. So, but we do have, so Georgie, you have everybody's goals.
I do. I just have a couple questions. Lauren, is your Instagram name Devo?
Pooches.
Okay, good. And then Kristen, are you on Instagram? I forget.
Kristen Free.
Oh, I think she is.
I think I changed it back to Kristen Free. I'm only Kristen Free in the summer.
Oh, yeah, right. So I guess you're a teacher.
I am.
And so it's Kristen F. Oh, here it is.
I think it's Kristen.Freet.
Yep. And then, so I think I got everybody. I'm just tagging you guys in my story. And then I wanted to tell you really quick about my 3-day refresh, because I know you had asked me that, Christine, also, or very early on in the call. I might change it because I want a couple, I know this sounds horrible, but I want a couple of like laid back, not in a program days. And I don't know. I might do it the week of the prep week of my next round of 21 Day Fix. So I'm starting the 21 Day Fix Monday, December, whatever that is, 4th or 3rd. So the week before that, I want to do a prep week with anybody new that comes in. And I figured, I could do the refresh Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week. So whatever that is, the week before the 3rd.
That's the week after Thanksgiving. And that Monday would be a great Monday because you can, advertisement wise, like, right after.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Like it gives me a little bit more time to get people in on their 3-day refresh too.
I never did mine, so I will totally do it with you.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm thinking doing it that Wednesday. So I'll be done before the weekend. It'll be after Thanksgiving. It'll give me some like leeway with Thanksgiving. What do you think, Carrie Danielle? Is that good?
There's metal in
KD.
it.
You're frozen, girl. Either that or you really hate the idea.
Everyone's
Lauren,
so you're doing it Wednesday the 5th.
I'm sorry, I missed that. You guys, Wednesday the 3rd?
Georgie's muted. No, the Monday after Thanksgiving.
The Monday after Thanksgiving.
She said it.
I'm doing the next 21 Day Fix the Monday.
That's December 4th.
December 4th.
Yep, it's December.
So the Wednesday before that, which would be 11 something, the end of November.
I lied, the 3rd.
11/28.
It's November 28th. That's my anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. All right, so November 28th is when you're doing the refresh. Okay. All right, I have it.
I have to sign off, but when I'm driving, I'll see if I can jump on when you guys are doing meal planning later. I don't know how much I'll have to offer, but I'll see if I can get on there, okay?
Hi, Denise.
I'll see you later.
Morning.
We are gonna have to jump off, and I think I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
we
we
can jump
changed
off
it so
and
it's
jump back
extended
on
now,
really
right?
quick to start doing the meal prepping one.
Do you want us to jump off and then
Yeah,
back
do I
on?
start-
Sorry, Denise, we're
jump
still
off
on our
and
8
jump
a.m. one.
back on? Oh, okay.
I don't think
Okay,
you
I'll-
have it. I thought you
I
said
don't
you
think I think you extended it, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you pay for it now? So now it goes.